Hi everyone, what's up? Welcome back to my tutorial channel. It's Daniela Tran here, and today we are going to continue to work on some more practice problem from IFM exam. This video is section 3-2, and this section is a lot of reading. Alright, let's look at the first question. Problem 1. James is an author with AdText, a publishing company listed on the New Hartford Stock Exchange. He invests 10% of his earnings in stocks of AdText since he has been working with this company for more than 10 years. Occasionally, he buys stocks of IFM, a competitor of AdText. Which of the following, according to Corporate Finance by Burton de Marzo, is referred to as the behavior pattern of James? 1. Familiarity bias, relative will concerns, overconfidence bias, and sensation seeking. So, here James invests 10 of his earning into AdText because he's been working for this company for 10 years, which means he's familiar with this company. And also he usually buys stock of the IFM, which is a competitor of AdText. That means he also familiar with IFM. So basically his behavior pattern is just invest money into the companies that he is very familiar with, which means familiarity bias. Alright, so that's the first question. Problem 2. Which of the following is linked to the behavioral of individual investors that impacts the market efficiency, according to Corporate Finance by the Burton de Marzo? 1. Familiarity bias. Overconfidence bias is number 2. 3. Sensation seeking. 4. Disposition effect. So basically for market efficiency, these bias and effects, some of them are from the individuals and some of them are from the systematic trading companies. Here, let's recall the definition of these bias. First, familiarity bias. Investors prefer to invest in companies that they are familiar with. 2. Overconfidence bias. Uniform individual investors tend to overestimate their investment skill and knowledge. Basically, this means like some of them might be very confident about themselves, maybe because they've been working in market efficiency for 10-20 years, or maybe they have a high degrees in this area, so they assume that they knows the pattern well, which sometimes leading to a mistake, and is called overconfidence bias. Number 3, sensation seeking. Sensation seeking means individual investors have a desire for intense risk-taker experiences, which means like sometimes, for example, like some people invest in the stock trading even though they have no experience, no knowledge about stock trading. It's simply because they just want to see how it feels when they taking the risk and the experience. So basically they just want to fulfill their desire. They just want to experience it. Just like some people pay money in the lottery. It's simply because they just want to have sensation of how it's feel. They don't really care about whether they win or lose. They just want to have like an experience. Number 4, disposition effect. Investors tend to keep stocks that have lost value and sell stocks that have increased in value. And here among these 4, the first 3 are under diversification bias and excessive trading. Only number 4 is the systematic trading bias. And of course, only number 4 is from the systems, so that is the only one that impacts the market efficiency. The first 3 are from the individual, so they can cancel anytime. For example, let's say the investor, if they just invest into the companies that they are familiar with, they can stop that behavior anytime. The overconfidence bias, like when the investor tend to overestimate their investment skill and knowledge, they can get lesson and stop doing it anytime. Number 3 is a desire of the investor to experience the market. So those are from the investors. Those are not from the system. But the disposition effect, using the information of the historical values of the stock's values. So it's actually systematic trading bias. So 4 is the only systematic trading bias, and which means it is the only one that impacts the market efficiency. Number 3, Kimi bought stocks A, B, C, and D at time 0. You are given the following stock prices: A, B, C, D, with the price at time 0 and the prices at time 1. Regard to the disposition effect discussed in the corporate finance by Bird and the Marzo, make a decision. So here we need to recall the disposition effect. What is the disposition effect? The disposition effect here means like the investor tend to keep the stock that have lost value and sell the stock that have increased in value. So you see, like from time 0 to time 1, stock A and B lost value because their price decreases. But C and D have increased their price. So by disposition effect, the investor would probably keep A and B and sell C and D. So that's a decision. Problem 4. Which of the following are the reason individuals imitate each other action, which is referred to as behavior, according to corporate finance by the Bird and the Marzo. 1. Individuals desire intense risk-taking experiences. This is sensation seeking. Number 2, individuals believe others have superior information. This comes from the overconfidence. Number 3, individuals avoid the risk of underperforming their peers. Number 4, fund manager avoid reputation risks. So but behavior is basically when individuals imitate each other action. Some people don't really know what's going on with the market. They basically just follow others. There are a couple of different cases for this behavior. 1, informational cascade effect means individuals believe the other have superior information. Like they think like they assume that people might know how to cheat, even though they don't know. They just believe, they should assume. It's like, for example, some of you go to a competition, taken a competition. Sometimes you assume that the judges are biased at judging the competitors, and it's just like your own belief based on no experiences, and this is called the informational cascade effect. Relative will concerns, individuals tend to act so as to avoid the risk of underperforming their peers. So this is also the reason for ERP behavior. And the last case of ERP behavior is reputational risk. Fund manager may want to avoid reputational risk by not trading too far from other investor action. So basically people try to, mimic each other, imitate each other, try to do the same things so that they can take the risk at the same time equally. So answer here is 2, 3, and 4. Then the only option number 1 is sensation seeking. Sensation seeking here means somebody just want to have a sensation of the experience. They don't care about win or lose. So they don't really follow anyone because they just want to seek a sensation. So 1 is not ERP behavior. Number 5. Which of the following results in under diversification according to corporate finance by the Barton de Mazel? 1. Familiarity bias. 2. Relative will concerns. 3. Overconfidence bias. 4. Sensation seeking. So under diversification is when people diversify the portfolio adequately, and it's including familiarity, and relative will concerns. So 1 and 2 are the under diversification. The last 2, overconfidence bias and sensation seeking, are from excessive trading. Let me repeat. 1 and 2 are from under diversification. 3 and 4 are from excessive trading. So 1 and 2 are the answer. Alright, so that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoy and learn new things today. See you on the next video. Bye bye.